All right. Oh, good. You have the link for the last time around.
Yep.
Excellent. And we're live. We have a picture.
Hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
I am trying to find my paintbrushes
Yeah.
because it's been a minute since I painted.
Has it? How long ago has it been since you painted? Oh, you did the background.
Yeah, I gave them flowers.
Oh, you should show everybody the stencil you used because they always like to see the stencil. Is it over there?
No, I just put it away.
Oh, okay.
It was flowers.
Sorry, it was flowers. Good morning, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
How are we today? How are we today? Well, we have a lot of people popping into the chat.
Happy Friday.
Saroja's here. Bethany's here. Malachi's here. Let's see. Zubin's painted Chapel Roan recently.
Oh, that's great.
Takaya says, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Frankie Roth is here. We have an Ellen this morning.
Hi, Ellen.
Vixen
Hi, Frankie
says,
Roth.
Hi from Ireland.
Hello.
Let's see. Have you done John Lennon?
I did. I think if you go back maybe a month, you'll see a video I did. I drew John Lennon and I read the lyrics for Imagine.
Oh, that was great. I liked that. Brandy B is here and says good morning.
Good morning.
Let's see. Yay, part 2.
Yeah. Yeah. The background took me another 30 minutes.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering if you were going to do it on the live.
No. Because I wanted to give everybody the coloring page.
Oh, that's right.
Which, if you didn't see, you can download this as a coloring page
Yep.
on our website.
Mm-hmm.
All right, blow dryer.
And we are being sponsored before you blow dry by Skillshare this morning.
Yes.
This is our
It's the last day.
Last day. So grab that free 1 month from them, you guys. The link has been pinned in the comments.
Did you mute me?
And thanks. No, I didn't mute you. I think that's you. Yeah. So the link's in the comments and we pinned it. So thanks to Skillshare for an exciting and wonderful month. And don't forget to grab that deal today because it's going away after today, guys. You can find the scans. Let's see. They're on the website. Hang on a second. I will pull up exactly where they are. Give me a second. I did not unmute you. Hold on a second.
All right.
Because I'm being asked where the scans are, so I'm going to go.
Oh, you go
the
under
website.
Yeah, you go under resources and it is under downloads
Let me see.
or free downloads.
Okay, so I'm on the main page of the website. You're going to go to the resources tab and look at that. And then there's a whole section called free downloads.
Yes, and then the ones on the right are free downloads for like screensavers and wallpapers, and the ones on the left are coloring pages.
Or if you're on your phone, which I am now, you just click the very top one, it says free coloring pages. And then they will all pop up. Miscellaneous
Fantastic.
and everything else. You click the miscellaneous one, and there's a whole slew of them in there, and it is the second one. First one, sorry. Yeah, you've done a lot of coloring pages for everybody.
I have, which is great.
The hair looks so elegant. Good morning, happy
Thank you.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
Let's see. Good morning to everybody who's saying good morning to us. You don't have to scream in capital letters today. We're a little Like you would think I had like a million marshmallows and a whole bottle of wine, and I just feel a little hungover this morning. I'm tired. I didn't have anything bad, and I'm tired. Oh gosh. I look back on some of my Facebook memories, and apparently, marshmallow hangover has been a thing for me. So,
When do you eat marshmallows on?
because I would go over to Lucy's and the boys would light off the fireworks, and she and I would drink wine and eat marshmallows.
Okay, I thought the marshmallows were a Halloween thing.
They also were a Halloween thing, but yeah, they were 4th of July. Any chance I would have to roast a marshmallow and eat it? Yes. The answer is just simply yes. So, yeah, perhaps it's just a holiday hangover. I don't know. Good evening from Asia.
Good evening.
Oh no, Colleen says, here after a rough night with fireworks and terrified dogs, even sedated, I need this.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Colleen. That is so hard. Yeah, I know.
blow dry.
They are just miserable with fireworks. Yeah. Stephner just joined. Hi, Steph. We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna slurp down some tea this morning because it's a thing. It is really a thing. Oh look, you have a pencil I can borrow over here. Let's see.
there's a little sliver of highlight
Yeah.
right there coming from the corner of the eye going out.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get. So I'm going to see if I can
Paint it in?
remove it and
Oh.
get some water.
Oh. Okay. Alrighty then.
It's going to go right there.
Oh gosh. Hmm. Have you ever? Oh, you're mute. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I didn't unmute him. There's a little highlight he is trying to get, and he's gonna use it with the. Anyway, you could just watch. Let's see. No, it's not gouache today. It's watercolor, Sasha.
Yeah, whenever you see me do inks, I'm going to do watercolors because gouache will just go right. It'll cover up the ink lines. Watercolor is a more transparent medium.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Do you have any advice on shading hair specifically?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm going to do this, I'm going to start with the darks, just like I am with the inks. The darks here, and I'm going to let it fade up to, these are the highlights where the white is. And, but yeah, I mean, because I do the inks, I have my shading kind of already planned out.
Okay.
But look at your photo reference. That's really the best indicator.
Let's see. Joy Veals here and says, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Karomi says, he already looks beautiful even without color.
Oh, thank you.
Zubins, get off the Roblox and work on your personal story. They asked me to tell them that.
I figured as much.
Good morning from Pakistan. Sorry. Hey, Scott. Good morning from Pakistan. I wanted to ask if you or Donna follow F1 races. If you don't, I think you would really like them.
Oh, thank you.
I assume that's Formula One.
Yeah, no, we don't. My cousin Chris has worked on some, and when he did, we would kind of follow along with some of the people that the drivers that he was working with, but
not particularly.
yeah, not particularly.
Yeah. Kat says, I still remember the first live stream that I watched. I remember feeling so inspired. It motivated me to keep going with art. Thank you guys so much, sincerely.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Well, we are happy you're here, and you guys motivate us to keep going. You know that. You are the reason we get out of bed half the time because we just don't want to. Oh, gosh. I am telling you, I am so tired, man. Woo-wee. Where did you get that cute little car?
That is a little replica of Esmeralda. I just found a 1967 Cougar and kind of painted her to look like Esmeralda because it wasn't red.
Are there any plans for another large painting like the Guild or Alliance?
Not currently, because I am going to be starting work on another movie. And so because of that, I'm not really getting into any large pieces. Now, when I'm in production, I might, because I was doing large pieces when I was in production too, because I'd get bored. But
And a whole lot of travel journal.
yeah. So we'll see. But right now, currently, there's no plans.
Hey, Jamie Brown is here.
Hey, Jamie Brown.
Good morning, sweetie. Sending love and big, giant, squishy hugs. Ed's Arts loves how you do skin tone with watercolors. It's fascinating. All the green, purple, and blues. I always see them in your references.
Thank you. Blow dryer.
No. Okay. I sent you another 2 pieces of art. Bub Plays, where did you send it? Did you tag us in it or did you actually physically send us art? I haven't seen anything online that I was tagged in. And if Scott was tagged in something, he would have replied back on that. What is the phone number for order? Oh, it's just in case we need to contact you in case there's an issue or something like that. We typically don't contact you via phone.
Yeah, we've never called anybody.
No, we're not going to say never.
We have never.
Okay, all right. Typically, we use email, and the emails will come either from the website or they'll come from the Blue Dream Studios info.
Yeah, you don't have to put your real phone number on there.
Yeah, we do need a valid email address for you. Let's see. Louise, I wanted to buy posters, but my parents didn't want to. They were scared it would get taxed at the border and that we would have to pay a lot for that. Did you encounter such problems? We haven't encountered any.
They don't tax us. I mean, so far we haven't heard of anybody having that. We have had some countries like Brazil,
India.
In India,
they return
the posters.
Yeah.
So, which is, why we don't do Brazil, but we have so many fans in India, they say they just want us to try again. Yeah, I mean, we can't control what happens once it leaves our hands.
I wish we could, but we cannot.
Yeah.
I used to like fireworks. I don't have the patience for people who like them after 10:30 and wake up my son. I know. It's hard. That is hard. I know. We had our boys here last night with a good friend of theirs who's like our third son, and we let them light everything off. But yeah, no, I get it.
They do it very early, like as soon as the sun goes down.
they were still lighting the sky when they were lighting everything off last night. So yeah, it was. We do not do it very late at night for that particular. Actually, they were all talking about how everyone had to go to work today or had some important things to take care of, so they had to do it early, which was really funny for 21-year-olds. That was funny. Did you hear them all? They were talking like, we got to do this like right when the sun goes down because we've got work and we've got these things to do, and they were talking about.
It's so important.
I know. It's funny. We've known their friends since kindergarten. It's just so funny. They've all grown up and, oh my goodness gracious. It's funny. Faith, my favorite flowers are carnations. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy, but they're just a happy little flower.
Not Johnny Jump Ups?
I like Johnny Jump Ups, but if you're talking about flowers that you actually like cut and put in a vase, those are carnations. My favorites are carnations.
Or what about those chickens and hens that you like?
Those are cactus. Those are succulents. They're not flowers.
Okay.
But yeah, I do like Johnny Jump Ups. Those are cute. Look, any kind of pansies, really. They're just such a happy little flower. And black-eyed Susans, I like those. They're a type of sunflower. Those are make me very happy too. I like flowers that make me happy. See, there's a little motif going on here. Yeah, Bethany's correct. Unfortunately, we have no control of the customs offices or what happens after we drop them at the post office. We've learned that the hard way. If you need something sooner rather than later, my suggestion would be priority mail, the U.S. Postal Service. Everything that's got free shipping inside the United States, it's going first class ground. And we have had a lot of them that have taken a considerable amount of time to arrive. I had one we're in Tennessee and it went to Georgia and it took 6 weeks for no reason. So I think all of the mailing services really are being difficult lately. So, did you say good morning to Steph?
I didn't. Good morning, Steph.
Craig says, just curious, is standing up to create art a comfortable thing, a health thing for posture, or just a preference?
Health thing for, well, not posture, but I used to play, I was a goalie, and I used to play hockey, and I
Slip some discs.
slipped some discs, and so sitting down for long periods of time is not good for me.
Yeah.
So I stand when I paint.
And I do not stand when I journal, but I will tell you this. I stand when I write my daily quotes for my videos because I need to have the upper part of me out of the camera. So that is the only time I stand when I journal. Any advice on stopping inks from bleeding into the watercolors? Christina would like to know.
Get waterproof ink. You notice the inks aren't bleeding. It's because they're waterproof. Blow dryer.
Hold on. And just for reference, Scott uses the zebra brush pen, and that is waterproof. There's also the Tombow Fudenosuke pens. Those are waterproof as well. Okay, so I lost the chat. It just jumped. And this person had asked if it was okay as a beginner to use regular paper for watercolors. They know that you usually recommend watercolor paper, but they're a beginner.
You can use whatever you want to. Just understand that it's not going to look good, and your paper's going to probably tear. But if it makes you happy, and if that's all you have, then do it. But I would not use watercolor until you have watercolor paper, because I just don't think you're going to get the same experience. It's kind of like playing an electric guitar without an amp. It doesn't sound like an electric guitar should. You're just going to get a brunk, 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 brunk. It's the same thing. You can't say, "Oh, I tried playing electric guitar, but I didn't like it." Well, you never heard what an electric guitar is supposed to sound like. That's why, because you didn't have an amp. It's the same thing with the watercolor. You need the paper to see how it works. But again, if that's all you have, then do what you can with it. But just don't judge it by how it looks.
Okay, I'm going to blow through some questions because for some reason my chat jumped and I completely lost a bunch of things. So, let me go here. Of course we support furries. Everybody's welcome here. There are videos on hair, shorts on hair. The tea of the day is the Tuckbox tea from Carmel. There's a link on my page on the website for that. It's the only tea you can't actually order online. You actually have to dial a phone number. Bethany is correct. She said, Scott, please don't tell people we don't need the phone number. There was one situation where we did need a phone number because the package got stuck in Canadian customs and we had to give them the person's phone number so that the person could get their package. So please don't tell people that we don't need the phone number because it is important for shipping.
Okay. Sorry about that. But that was 1 out of 11,000 orders.
And if somebody got their package because we had it and we needed it and we didn't have to have it all the way returned and have them to pay again for shipping.
Yes.
Please.
The reason why I said that is not everybody feels comfortable giving out a phone number. And so that's why I said, look, if you want to take the risk and you don't feel comfortable, put down a fake phone number. Just understand that in that situation, if you live in Canada and Canada needs to reach out and give you that thing, and you gave a wrong phone number, then that's what's going to happen.
We don't
need it.
We don't use your information, and we don't take your information.
Yeah.
I think that's what some people are worried about.
And that's what I wanted to assure people.
Right.
Was that.
We're never going to use your information. We're never going to sell your information to anybody else. And we just don't do that. I hate it when I get spam emails. It drives me bananas. I get enough email. But we don't do that. We will never do that.
We just delete all of the information once it's gone anyhow, right?
The sales information is archived only in the sales section of the website, and we do not transfer that over to any other part of it. Okay. But it keeps the order information on the website.
All right, so here's the problem that I have. Their hair is brown, but the burnt umber that I have for the burnt is not good.
See, I told you we should have gone and got more burnt umber.
We'll go at some point, so I'm going to have to use something else.
Well, if you decide to use the inks, paint everything else first before you use those watercolor.
Actually, I wasn't thinking of inks until you said it, so that's a good idea. Let me take a look.
Okay, guys, you heard it here. He actually said I had a good idea for art.
I have saddle brown. Do I have anything else? Black.
We miss you too, Jamie Brown. We miss you too. Any advice on stopping inks from bleeding?
You asked that already.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
stuff was going all over the place.
Use waterproof inks. Okay, so we're going to use saddle brown when we're done because, again, the concentrated watercolors will spread as soon as they touch water. So I have to do that last. So let's do the background next.
Do you see it if a person tags you in a community post?
Sometimes. If you get that little blue link when you do it, and it says Esava art, and it shows up blue, then that means that it'll show up under my mentions. And I check those about once a week.
Yeah. I do not remember when I checked the P.O. box last. It was either Monday or Tuesday of this week, because I was there shipping all of your lovely posters that you guys have ordered from us. Thank you.
I need to get some blue and pink.
Okay.
That's the background color.
Scott, have you heard of Cave Town?
I've had people ask me to paint them. That's all I know. I haven't looked into them yet.
Gail, this has been scanned and uploaded. It's under the resources.
Yeah, it's on the downloads.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott has made his own original characters. Gaurav, there is a video on everything I know about watercolor. Why don't you review that one and start there?
I'm going to need more of this opera rose too.
All right. Burnt umber and opera rose.
I think it's burnt sienna.
Okay. Opera rose and burnt. You said burnt umber.
I know. I think it's burnt sienna.
Okay. All right. Well.
I know I said that, but
I know I said it, but I didn't really mean it.
So I had a choice of going with pink first and then going over it with the blue, or blue first, then going over with the pink. And for some reason, I decided on the
Blue.
blue first.
Yeah, I don't think
And
that
I
was
think
a
I
good
went
idea.
a little darker than I
Yeah.
wanted. I mean,
Yeah.
I just pulled it out of squeezed it out of the tube, so it's very saturated.
Yeah. And for those of you who have emailed and asked when your orders will be shipped, Scott is signing as fast as humanly possible. We took 4th of July yesterday off, and
Because there was no shipping anyhow.
there's no mail yesterday. Well, Bethany didn't really. She kept pulling orders yesterday for labels and stuff. Let's see. Oh, I like purple carnations. They're pretty.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this on Wednesday, but we are almost sold out of.
You did.
Oh, I did. I posted it too in the
You
community.
posted it.
Yeah, we're almost sold out of the 80s Medusa and the Trams.
Let's see. What's your favorite color to paint with?
I like Windsor Orange and Windsor Violet. Oh, I'm sorry. If I had to pick one, yeah, it's always going to be Payne's Gray.
How is it in the USA on the 4th of July? Loud. It's loud.
Yeah, it was very loud.
Yeah. It was really cute though because our boys, we had our boys here and
I made pizzas.
yeah, and they barbecued hot dogs and we had watermelon and it was just very like a very kind of fun. I mean, it was really fun. Yeah, it was really great. Opinions on peach tea. It's yucky and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
My father-in-law,
Yeah,
Scott's dad, always
he liked
loved
the,
peach
what was it,
tea.
The,
Arizona,
Texas, or Arizona tea.
Arizona peach tea. Yeah. Yeah. Bethany says, we only need phone numbers for international orders, not domestic. Correct. Let's see. Oh, Erica's here. Good morning, Erica. How are you?
Erica, how's that commission coming along?
Yeah, how you doing with it? Let's see. Theo has asked, could you make some desktop screen-sized stuff maybe? I would love to have the guild or the dragon one, but they just don't fit.
There are
I thought we did make
desktops
those.
or like for your phone. No, but I think I have
Wallpapers.
wallpapers as well. But I don't think I did them for the guild.
I thought you did. I know you did them for the hair journal.
Bethany, is there a downloadable guild or no?
I don't know. I have not tried any of the teas, but I love milk in the tea my mother makes. I don't put anything in my tea.
All right, blow dryer.
I just drink it black because that's the kind of weirdo I am. Oh, I love a good chai, like the original way that they make it. Gail, you're so funny. You funny, girl. Let's see. I do not have a favorite Beatles song. I'm sure Scott does. There is a downloadable guild on the website, says Bethany.
All right.
Okay, because she's just that good. Do you have a favorite Beatles song?
Day in the life.
Okay. Yeah, he painted Chapel Roan. No, he hasn't done Art Fight. We don't have a date to go to the Nashville Zoo right now. They're super busy with their summer stuff. Probably not until fall. Let's see. Hey, Yay! Dana Mercury's here and says good morning and happy Friday, friends.
Hey, Dana
Hi,
Mercury.
friend. How are you? We miss you.
So I have no idea how this is going to come out, just so you know.
Can you try to make a video on how you sketch your characters?
I mean, what characters?
And what exactly are you looking for? Because he starts out in...
I mean, I usually use from photo reference.
Yeah.
I have a playlist for 1 minute figure drawing if you want to just see, you can watch it in real time, me, just getting the gesture and the pose and everything like that, if that's what you want. I also have a video on drawing people if you want to get into the details of it. And then you could just watch the lives where I'm doing the guild, if you want to see full body stuff.
Let's see. Would you consider doing a black and white piece to look at the values?
Oh yeah, I've done that many times. Yeah, there's and actually tomorrow I'm going to be going live with Kim Diaz Home.
Oh, I forgot to mention
on his channel,
That's
and
right.
and I think we're going to be doing like black and white. He liked the video where I showed what artists dress like. He's like, and so he says, why don't we draw one of the old artists, and like in their nice outfits and whatnot. So I think we'll be doing some black and white there too.
Oh, good. Okay, and that's going to be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. It's an hour earlier than this morning.
Yeah.
Because
and
Kim's
it'll be
over
on
in
his channel.
Sweden.
Too.
Yeah.
Norway.
Yeah, Norway, sorry. He's over, so he's like, I don't know, a bajillion hours ahead of us. So that's why we'll be an hour early. So if you think I sound tired this morning, luckily you won't have to hear me tomorrow. I will just be in the background. Ganit has posted, put in the thing 5 times that they got their first phone today and immediately subscribed to the channel. And they're sending you love, which is
congratulations.
Sweet. Very sweet. Don't get too attached to social media. And don't be scrolling forever.
Yeah, don't doom scroll.
Read a book. I'm just saying. Let's see. Yes, he has tried digital art. Oh, Bryson's here again. Hi, kiddo.
There's a couple shorts on digital art.
Yeah. Bryson says, work-life balance. We can't mess around with that. Also, whoever just mentioned Chapel Roan, I love you.
Yeah, I had fun painting them.
Kiddo.
Well, actually, it was markers.
Yep. It was markers, wasn't it? Joyville's going to a tea party in Brazil, wondering how different it will be, but my cousin seems to have the wrong idea of how they generally work. Suggested we buy cookies and bring them there. I never go anywhere empty-handed. My mom always told me that. Never go anywhere empty-handed. Bring cookies, bring a cake. The older I get, the more I like to bring cake with me. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Probably because I love cake, but there you are. Erica, the chat just jumped again, and she had commented, I think, on her. Good morning. Just did the outline today. Annoyed with the fireworks that were still set off at 1:30 in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
I will say this. The fireworks ended very early.
Last night, yeah, they did.
I mean, by
11.
No, 9.
You think?
Yeah.
It was a rather early night last night for our neighborhood, typically. Yeah. But you know what I've noticed there's a lot of young families moving in with smaller kids. And so I think families with older kids, and we saw this when we first moved in. We were moving in with younger kids, and there were a lot of older people, and they've moved out. And so now we're kind of having another turnover in our neighborhood with younger families. So they're probably in bed early. Did you ever talk about your favorite Beatles song?
I did, Day in the Life.
There you go. Let's see. Have you listened to Linkin Park?
Oh my God.
About 100 years ago.
Yeah, I remember there was a couple songs back in the 90s to 2000s, but yeah, I never bought an album or anything.
Oh, Logical says happy 4th of July. Finally got to perform in the parades since I joined Color Guard, and I have another one tomorrow. Have you guys done anything for the 4th?
That's great.
That is very exciting. We used to do a whole lot of stuff for the 4th, and yesterday Scott signed a whole lot of posters for the 4th. And then we hung out with our boys last night.
Yeah.
Would you try to do another ink monster?
I asked Kim about that, and instead I think Kim wanted to do the a portrait of some old artist. So
Yeah. Sky usually lets Kim, because it's on his channel,
yeah.
usually lets Kim pick what they're doing. Scott's tried numerous markers. There's a whole bunch of them on the resources page on things
Oh,
he's
yeah.
tried. But the set he has kept that sits next to the desk are the Ohuhus. Let's see. Good. Ganit's gonna make sure to read lots of books. Very good.
Yeah, I would recommend the Art Beak ones because they're the cheapest and they work just as good as the Ohuhus.
Yeah, and remember, they're gonna fade.
Yeah.
Markers are gonna fade. Spicy Meatball says, Scott, I love how you use they, them pronouns for anyone you draw or paint. It's so refreshing and comforting.
Oh, thank you. It has been, I remember when I was on TikTok and all of it was new to me. And so
Yeah.
I made, because, being in the South, we would always say, yes, ma'am, thank you, sir, things like that. And
Yeah, our boys grew up doing that because
Yeah.
we moved here when they were so little.
and so I posted a video asking how to rectify that. What's the best way to do that? And one of our friends, Dave Felton, Davey, who's trans, said to just stick with they them. That's the sir and the ma'am are part of.
It's very antiquated.
Yeah, it's an older thing, and there's this feeling of wanting to show some sort of reverence or respect and whatnot. But I think the most respectful thing you could do is not assume someone's
judge. Yeah, not assume.
someone's pronouns, and
Yep.
and so
Yeah.
that's something that Donna and I are constantly correcting each other on, and because
We are
it's
hyper vigilant about
yeah,
it.
but I mean it's
Yeah.
it's 55 years of looking at someone and saying he or
Yeah.
she or whatever, and then instead
Very ingrained.
yeah. So, but we all screw up, and it was funny because Davey, who was they them at the time, came onto our live, and I was talking, and afterwards I said. Thank you, sir. And because it was still
But you immediately caught yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like sometimes you just but they were just very gracious, and they said, no, look, they said, I do it sometimes too.
Yeah.
It's really just, this is very new to all of us.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know what? Give people respect. Let them tell you their pronouns, and don't assume.
But I think the important part is that we're trying.
Yeah.
We're all going to mess up. We're all going to mess up. We're all going to do whatever, and it's not going to
I've
be.
never had anybody get mad at me.
No, it's not going to be malicious. It's just, we're all trying really hard to be sensitive to each other and accepting of each other and just loving our fellow people, because let me tell you something, this life ain't easy being human. It's not. And if we can just...
and the rules are always changing,
Oh, God,
and
they
because
so
people are getting to know who they are, and they're feeling more comfortable in their skin, and it's funny because I was playing Overwatch with my friend Quincy, and they had introduced me to somebody else, one of their friends. We were playing together, and they introduced me as they, and I thought that was really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is Scott, and they're a really good artist, and blah, 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 blah.
Probably without even missing a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quincy's so good about that, you know?
Quincy's the real deal. If you don't follow Quincy's Tavern, you guys got to follow Quincy. Quincy's the nicest person online and
And
exactly the same.
a really good Overwatch player too. We have fun.
Yeah, but just the same in person as online. So, what is your favorite genre of art?
Oh, like if I was going to collect art, uh, I think it would be the romantic stuff like Sir Lawrence Alma Tadema,
Yeah,
things
lovely.
like that. Pre-Raphaelite would be wonderful. John
Yeah,
Singer Sargent, that kind of stuff.
very nice. Randy, books are so much more addicting than you would think. Oh, I know. I completely agree with that. What is your least favorite part about making art?
Um, Starting. I never know what it's going to be like. I like finishing the best because then I know it was a success or a failure. But I think the starting part has so many what ifs that it's terrifying to me every time.
I love listening to the lives and drawing something
Oh,
random.
we love that you listen to the lives with us.
Let's see. Um, our neighborhood had ended early too. Hi from Spain. What kind of books do you like to read? Ooh, pick one. It's Jane Austen July right now. So I am.
Jane Austen's her favorite.
Yeah, Jane Austen's my favorite. Although I will tell you, I am finishing up the book 7 in the Countess of Harley series. It's kind of like and you know what I realized? What I realized was it is a mystery, but it's a mystery set in like the early 1900s, and so it's got that older vibe, older feel to it, which is
Like a Sherlock
probably,
Holmes.
yeah, like Sherlock Holmes, but it's like a little later than the Jane Austen novels, but also not modern, but yet
Yeah.
it still pushes the envelope. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just like, it's a vibe. Anyway, let's see. Have you done there's so many videos on how he draws hair.
There's
So many
so many being
videos.
three, but yes,
Yeah.
they're shorts.
Yeah, well, but you draw hair in every single one of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think the pink's going over the blue very nicely.
yeah, surprisingly, I think so too. Um, have you ever used French curves?
Yes, there's a short where I talk about stealing like an artist, and I use a French curve to copy Alphonse Mucha's designs.
What's a French curve?
It's just one of the templates that I have that's just kind of curved. It looks like the Alphonse Mucha stuff. It was just like a very popular
Okay,
thing.
okay,
Hold on, I'll show you since I'm done with this part right here.
okay. Let's see. Did you know there's a professional non-gendered term of Ms. or Mr.? It's mix, MX.
I did, and I found that most people prefer they them over MX. At least in my experience,
Most people, I'm sorry, what?
preferred they them over
Yeah,
assuming with the M. These are French curves,
Oh, that's a French curve.
and you see them a lot in Mucha's designs.
Absolutely, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that that's what that was called. Thanks for sharing that. Huh. French curve. Okay. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to do another shout out to Skillshare because it's about that time.
Yeah, thank you for sponsoring us this month, Skillshare.
We really have enjoyed being able to share this with all of you guys. And last chance for you to go get free classes for a month. So for all of you who've been asking classes for different things and drawing different things, don't miss out on this because Scott can't possibly know everything or teach you everything. So
Yeah, my wife's the one who knows everything. Not
I
me.
do know everything, but there's no way I can teach you everything. Sam says, hey Scott, do you have plans to re-upload your travel sketching shorts, the ones where you're driving to nearby places? I got into watercoloring last year and now travel journaling because of you.
Oh, thanks. It's funny. I look at those with older eyes because those were, gosh, at least 3 years ago, and my editing and I don't know if I would. I think I'd like to maybe redo them, but even so, like all of my edits, I don't know if I can go back and redo them. But I think they feel too old to me.
Really?
Yeah, just the way that I edit them, or I feel like I've gotten better at that, And a lot of those I just didn't talk. There was just, music. I mean, they're still there if you want to go look at them, but
Let's see. Yes, Scott has done a couple of album covers. What would you recommend to use for blending graphite?
the blending stick.
Which game do you think has the best art?
The best art? I like the Zelda games. It's not, I don't think the best art is the most realistic. I think, realism is very easy in the fact that it's realism. There's no imagination that goes to it. You just have to put the time. I think the Zelda stuff, I love it because there's a lot of thought to atmosphere and lighting and color, and I just really enjoy it.
Do you think gouache is more forgiving than watercolors? Angelo is trying to start coloring their work and would like to hear a second opinion on which medium they should go with.
I think watercolors are easier to learn because they are more transparent. Gouache is more forgiving in that if you mess up, you can paint over it because it's opaque. So really it just depends on, do you do line work? Do you want to draw, do you want to paint over pencils? In which case I would say do gouache. If you want to paint over line work like inks, I would say do watercolors.
There you go. Liv says, as a person who is non-binary and constantly gets their pronouns assumed, I greatly appreciate how you make a point to use they, them pronouns.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Green Sheep is listening to the live while baking when I would
nice.
follow up with, what are you baking? Are you baking cookies? Are you baking a cake? What are you baking? Tell me a story. Is Skillshare actually good? You know what? I took a really cool bullet journaling class on there, and the person who did it was actually a creative, and I liked it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
There were downloadables. There were activities you did throughout the class to help you learn the
The good
techniques.
thing is that it's free. You can
Yeah.
get 1 month free. Try as many things as
Exactly.
you want to,
Yeah.
and then decide. But
Yeah.
every class is different. Every teacher is
Yeah,
different.
exactly.
So you can't judge it based on is Skillshare good? You got to just say, is this
Yeah.
class good?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this class or whatnot?
And they
But-
do have ratings on the classes too, so
yeah,
you can go and you can see.
you can read what people said about
Yeah.
it. But again, if you sign up for the free month and just try that's
it.
what we did. We just
Yeah.
Skillshare gave us a free month, so we tried it out. We went,
Yeah.
And we tried different stuff. Now, like I said, it's like saying, is school good?
Yeah.
You can have a good teacher, you can have a bad teacher, but that's at least our perspective.
Yeah. And really, seriously, you got nothing to lose because it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. So, let's see. Rennie applied for a really good paying job, and if they get it, they'll struggle to have the self-control to stop from blowing all their money on books. They need a car more than books. I feel that. You know what you should do? This is my 2 cents in the world. Go to the library. Go to the library. They have all the books, and they're free. You just get a library card, and you get to take them home for free. And then you get to go, "Mwahaha."
Apparently, we really like free.
They let me take all these books home. Yeah. Love me the library, seriously.
Yeah, Donna's got a bad habit of walking out of the library and saying suckers under her breath.
Because they let me leave with all these books that I know I can't possibly read like 26 of them, but I will leave. When the boys were little, we used to go in and they had a limit of like some ridiculous limit, like 30 books or 40 books or something. And we would go in, and we started going in with one tote bag. Okay? And then we graduated to each boy had their own tote bag, and I had my own tote bag.
Yeah, the 30 book limit is a suggestion, not a challenge here.
But it was so awesome because I watched my boys, like they would just come out with all these books. And then we would come home, and if it was a rainy day, like in the summer, we would do like the summer reading program where we'd get all these little coupons and we'd earn our little prizes, which, by the way, I got to tell you something. Last week, I went to the library. I finished the adult summer reading program. Guess what I got? I got a hardcover book. I got coupons for free stuff from Sonic, and I got a bookmark and a sticker, and they gave me a book light. I was so excited. Anyway, I'm just telling you, go to the library. It's amazing. Anyway, highly recommend. It's amazing. My 2 cents. Can you tell I was just a little excited about that one? Would you ever consider doing step-by-step videos or step-by-step things?
No, I don't have the patience to watch step by step, much less make them myself.
Yeah.
I'm not a good teacher, I promise you. I keep trying to explain, but it's just not my thing.
Okay, favorite music genre?
Hold on, let me get this.
What are you doing?
There's this little fuzzy that just
appeared,
will
huh?
not go. Favorite music genre, hair bands from the 80s.
Because they were awesome. Let's see. Good evening from Singapore. I'm curious how you make gouache look so bright and not muddy.
Well, in case you didn't know, this is watercolor, not gouache. But if you were talking about my gouache paintings, if you take it from the tube, you dry the previous layer, and then take it from the tube and go on top. That's how you get your brightness, or your saturated, whatever. But make sure that the previous layer is dry. Even here, the previous layer of blue is dry, and I'm going on top of that. So it's not lifting up, it's not blending with that blue. It's sitting on top of it. That's the key. I have a blow dryer, and I'm not afraid to use it.
He isn't. He stole it from me. He uses it all the time. Mrs. Claus is here. Hi, Mrs. Claus. I hope you're you're in the North Pole, so I don't know if the 4th of July applies. But happy 4th. What is your favorite art piece that you've ever done?
Right now, it's the Gothic Vampire. It changes day to day, though.
Why are some of your videos gone?
Which videos?
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell
us which videos and we can...
Yeah. I took all of the guild ones and I put them into one video, and so I hid the guild ones just so that way you can watch them on the one video.
Yeah,
if it's something like that, then maybe.
Yeah, people were not finding all of them, so the compilation's easier for everybody.
Yeah.
And now that the poster's done, that makes a little more sense. Frankie's having some auditory sensory issues. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
What is the one thing you love about this painting?
The hair. I like doing hair.
You do.
And
those who can't grow it, paint it. What brand of watercolor paints would you recommend?
Winsor & Newton's all I've ever used, and I really love it.
Okay, specifically, why is the video where you go to a barn and paint a cat gone?
It's there. I'm Yeah, let me see if I can find it for you.
Favorite genre of book? Well, Scott likes The Hobbit, and I'll try any genre at least once.
So I would go Sava Cat. And it's going to show me a bunch of different. Okay, let's just do S Sava Cat.
Yeah.
Let's do S Sava Art.
Excuse me.
View all.
Oh, gosh, so many books. Cat. I have a list of books on my the page on the website. Maybe start there. But I'm. What have I read recently that I really like? Let me.
Yeah, it's hard to find this one. I think that one just wasn't very. Let
Popular?
me take a quick look on here. On my content.
How about if I put a list on my community page, Cat? Let me do that. That'd probably be easier. I'll put them. I'll do that by author. And
Yeah, it's
title.
still there. Look up troll.
There you go.
So, like, if you go S Sava Art Cat Troll or something, you should be able to find it. But it is still up there. It's just it's YouTube, and you could. I have over 1,000 videos, so it's easy to miss it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Let's see. I love drawing statues and buildings, so I would love if you would give me a notable building in either Nashville or just the U.S. for me to draw.
oh, the Parthenon.
You know what? I was going to say the Chrysler Building in New York City because that is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, very Art Deco.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with Art Deco buildings. I really love that. You could also look up the Frist in Nashville. It was the original post office, and that is a lovely building with Art Deco designs. Rennie says, I go to the library often. I love free, but my library system doesn't have a lot of the books I want. Also, some of the more popular books. I like having insane hold times, and I want to reread often.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are several libraries that will give you an online library card that you can read from their collections for free, and the New York Public Library is one of them. You can go onto the New York Public Library. You can sign up online for a free library card.
I think they want to have the physical books, but yeah.
I get that, but if you are having a hard time getting books and your specific library doesn't, try that.
Also, libraries usually will let you order books too if you.
Some will order a book if you'd like, but that takes time.
Yeah.
And that's also if they have the budget to do that.
Yeah.
You can ask them for newer books, but yeah, try that. There's a lot of places online where you can do that too.
Also, just if you're in the United States and you like the library and you want people to have access to books, when you're of voting age, vote for people who want to expand libraries and education and not ban books.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying what party. I'm just saying education is so important. So just try librarians and teachers are angels, and we need to fund them more.
Yeah. I agree. Well, obviously I would agree.
Yeah.
100%. Thank you, Mr. Clock. Let's see. Just because you live far away doesn't mean you can't read from the library online. So, what is your favorite genre? Oh, we did that one. Sorry. Let's see. Do you like classical music or classic music? I'm like 50s and 60s.
60s music, like Beatles and whatnot. Yeah. Not really 50s.
I like a couple of 50s songs. There is a whole video on Art Block. And yes, I wrote a children's book and Scott illustrated it. Um, yeah, it is. When you get books from the library, you do save money, 100%. Let's see. What's your opinion on street artists like Banksy, for example?
I'm not a fan, and I don't, but I have nothing negative to say. I've never been a fan of um, that kind of style or whatnot. I think murals, like when people take a side of a building and they paint a beautiful mural, I think that's wonderful. I'm not really a fan of things like tagging. I don't
Graffiti
care how
art?
nice your handwriting is with a spray can. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
But um, I think there are people, and I think from what I've heard, Banksy will um, is a bit more of a not political, but activist kind of thing in some ways, and I think that's necessary with art. So again, I have nothing negative to say so much as just like I can't see myself ever buying a Banksy or something like that.
Yeah, we talked a lot about we used to want to buy like a lot of art, and now we've talked about how we really think that there's a huge responsibility with owning art, and also that we would love to be able to have everybody see the art and have it in a
Yeah.
museum rather than have it in a private collection.
Yeah, we have a couple of pieces of art from, older pieces or stuff from, you know,
That we've collected.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like you think, oh my God, if there was a fire, what would we do? And it's like, grab this painting, grab that
Yeah.
painting. It's like I don't
Yeah.
want that
Yeah.
responsibility.
It's a lot.
And also a lot of them are just sitting in a drawer because we just haven't had the time
Or
or
the
sorry, the
money
money
to frame
to
them.
frame
Yeah,
them.
properly.
And you're like, why am I sitting on this beautiful piece of art that this person made that
Yeah.
is kind of historical?
Yeah. Bella said your shorts used to be on my account all the time, and I noticed it's not there anymore. I hope my account stays in the loop.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped making shorts and I was making long form videos. So that could be it. I would highly recommend if you have artists or creators that you really like, go to their channel. Chances are they're still making art. Don't wait for the algorithm to pick it for you. Go to their channel every day. Look at all of the videos I've made. I've made a bunch of videos, really, if you allow me to say so, really good videos that I spent time on. Go watch them if you can. I would appreciate that.
Let's see. We talked about the video on Art Block, random stuff, draw a red panda. We are not fans of horror. There is a video, Rajaswar, on should I make a career in art?
Yes.
Should I make art my career? I wish you were a teacher. You're so funny. Let's see. What did I miss and how are you? That was Book Lover.
Oh, we're doing good. You didn't really miss much except for just me painting a lot of little flowers, which I think it's coming along really nice.
Yeah.
I think the pink and the blue were. I was kind of leaning in, I guess you could say, a little bit to the gender identity, and
That's what it looks like.
yeah, and just giving both genders
Equal representation.
yeah, and
Oh, Obsessive says, I literally drew the Chrysler building when I went to New York. It's a beautiful building.
yeah.
Stunning. Let's see. I'm actually kind of sad that maybe only in the Netherlands libraries are closing and disappearing. It's not only in the Netherlands, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And for no reason.
Well, there is a reason, and the
It's-
reason is that
It's lack of funding.
no, an informed public will not will be too educated to vote for some of the wars and everything like that. They don't want you informed. That's why they ban books. That's why they get rid of schools and they get rid of libraries. They don't want you informed. They don't want the idea that everybody deserves basic human needs of housing and healthcare
So
and
they defund.
food. So they defund
Mm-hmm.
any of the places where you can learn about that. So you'll just accept it as this is your place.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like I said, when you are old enough to vote,
Mm-hmm.
vote for places that want to advance education, that want to increase access to knowledge rather than restrict it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It benefits you. It benefits the next generation. It benefits all of us. You know,
Yep.
like I said, I've
And
constantly
if you don't like a specific book or a specific genre
don't
of
check it
book,
out.
you don't have to check it out or
Yeah,
buy it.
but
You don't have to.
but
But you should not
yeah, people
keep
should
another person from reading something that they would enjoy.
exactly.
That's not how that works.
Again, it's like when I was asked if I like street artists like Banksy. It's one thing for me to say no, it's not really my thing. It's another thing for me to say no, that person needs to be put in jail and all of their art needs to go away. And that's censorship, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not right. Everybody should have the right to express themselves in any way that they, seem fit. Again, so long as it's not hurting anybody else. But yeah, there's so much stuff that I don't like, and I just turn the page or swipe or whatever we're doing, you know.
Okay, there's a book that Scott recommends on learning anatomy, and it's under the resources page. And Elizabeth, I know that Stefnerd is going to put in a link or let you know that Ashley Braven is the artist who deals with disabilities. And she's got a huge amount of supplies that will help with holding pencils and things like that and stuff for joint pain and whatever else. She does a wonderful job of that. So definitely check her out. We buy Scott's art supplies at either our local shop, which is Plaza Art, or Blick online. Libby is good, but it is attached to your local library. So if your local library doesn't have something, then you won't be able to grab it. Yes, and Donna will always tell you to draw a red panda. That is how that works. Let's see. Will you ever do an art book?
I don't know. I've had a few publishers reach out to me about that. I genuinely don't feel like my art is in a place to where, an art book would be of any service to anybody else to look at. If there's a way I could do it and have there be a story to it, maybe. I think my art needs a story. That's just my perception of my art.
Eloise, check out the Guild piece because there is so much armor that he drew on in that piece. You'll be able to see that there.
The Alliance piece, the Dragon and the Centaur.
That's right.
She has armor.
Yeah, I just was thinking
too.
about the Guild because there's so many different types
That's
of
why I
armor
said
in
and.
that one.
Yeah.
And that way you can see all of that. Have you heard of any zines? And if you have, would you make one?
My friend Kevin really loves zines, but not. I don't know. I think what I'm doing with the YouTube channel is very similar, just not in print.
Do you think you will ever make a mural?
I don't. Like I said, never say never.
But you wouldn't go out of your way to do it.
Yeah, it's not on my bucket list or
Yeah.
anything.
We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. Central Time. Let me see. Deb asks, what do they do when they complete their art and it just looks terrible?
You move on to the next piece. Don't obsess. It's just one piece. There's a short I did of sometimes you have to make 100 bad pieces to get to one. You got to look at it like a baseball player. A baseball player with a really good batting average, like this person gets paid a lot of money, is someone who's got like a 333, which is 1 out of 3 times that they're up to bat they actually hit the ball, not a home run, but just hit the ball. And you got to think that way. You got to think, not every piece is going to be it. I'll put it to you this way. I've done thousands of paintings over the last few years, and the one painting that everybody seems to like is the Gothic Vampire. And I would have never guessed that piece would be the one.
It's stunning.
But the thing is that to me it was just another piece.
Yeah.
It was just another attempt, another at bat, and that was the home run. And you just don't know, so you keep making art. And you never know which one it's going to be. But you don't get upset. You just go, okay, I'll keep trying. Next at bat. And you keep going. Yeah. The other thing is 90% of the paintings that I do are practice, like this piece. This piece isn't, hey, I'm going to make a piece that's going to go into a gallery. This is, I'm going to go live for 90 minutes. What am I going to draw? I'm going to make art one way or another. What's it going to be? And that's what you have to start doing, is stop thinking that every piece has to be a work of art, has to be a masterpiece.
It doesn't?
No.
Colleen says, Donna, you inspired me to do corresponding journals to match the photo albums that I was given of my grandmothers. They are from the late 1920s to 30s. The ink has faded on some words, rewriting them. I am very excited for you. That's awesome.
Wonderful.
And what a great way to preserve memories. That is fantastic. I love that. Let's see. Where am I? This is the first time on one of your lives, but I'm a big fan of Scott's art. This is Armory Stones.
Welcome.
Somebody had posted that they were upset that people were throwing stuff at art paintings in museums.
Yeah.
And why did they do that? They do that because it gets attention and for their cause. It is not the right way to do it.
It's not. I mean, throwing it at Stonehenge, throwing it at the Mona Lisa.
I know.
Like, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
It hasn't in any way persuaded me to follow their cause or bring attention to what they're trying to do. It just, the headlines are some idiot threw art on this. The other thing that bothers me is now museums won't let people walk in with paint.
Oh, I know.
I want to go and sit and paint.
In a museum.
In a museum.
Yeah. And he can't even bring in, there was an exhibit we went to recently.
The Degas one.
Yeah, the Degas exhibit. He couldn't even sit and sketch in the exhibit. And they had a bench sitting there, and he was like, I'm just going to use pencil and paper. And they were like, nope.
Yeah.
Put it away. Nope.
Because these idiots.
Because of people, and it's sad. It's really sad. Let's see, where are we here? The disability resource Steph Nerd put in, it's Ashley Braven. Let me post in here. I'll do that. She's wonderful. And she's got such a plethora of videos and resources. She's got, things that will make it easier for you to paint, things that make it easier for you to hold a pencil, ways to carry your art supplies. She did a wonderful video on carrying art supplies and medical supplies in this new backpack that she got because she needs medical supplies with her. And she's just really she's a lovely person. We know her personally, but she's done wonderful videos on that. So definitely try looking up some of her videos. And she has shorter ones on Instagram. She's very prolific on Instagram. I know she's here as well, but very prolific on Instagram. So you can check that if that would help. I know you don't use alcohol markers, but will you ever try them again?
Yeah, I mean, I tried them again. I did a live, and I was gonna do the '70s music, and I just didn't like how the piece came out. But no, I still love markers. Blow dryer.
Oop, hold on, honey. Okay, go ahead. Artex colored pencils are the ones that Scott tried. There was a 72 set that he liked. The newest set he did not care for as much. But the 72 set he definitely liked. And he does not have a favorite brand of brushes that he uses. He just uses whatever is cheapest, and he does not clean them or do anything special with them. He does have the supplies that he uses. All of them are listed on the resources page. So you can check those out. Let's see. Yes, you can ask me a journaling question. Will you ever make a video about line weight and values?
I did. There's a short on it.
Okay.
I think it's everything I know about line weight and values, or something like that. Maybe not values, but line weight.
Okay, Tooney's question. I wanted to ask Dawn, I have medically diagnosed ADHD and autism, so I have trouble staying consistent with routine and whatnot. I always abandon my journals eventually. How do I keep at it? Okay, well, I'm gonna take a page from Bethany's book. And I know she wouldn't mind me saying this because she's very public about it, but Bethany has ADHD. And when we are shipping, she has about 500 million alarms set for different things throughout the day that help her with her routine. And I personally I don't have the problem remembering to journal. Hold on, honey. Okay, go ahead. But I do it every night after dinner. So we make dinner, we do the dishes, I go sit at my desk and I journal. That's my routine. I would set an alarm and say for a specific time of the day that you're going to have time to journal. And I would say, okay, I usually have time, like I'll just use after dinner. I have time after dinner before I do anything else, and set an alarm and have it be like some kind of like nice music that will remind you to journal, something like that. And just put, hey, it's journal time, and try that and see if that helps. But
speaking as someone who doesn't have ADHD but is autistic, for me the thing that helps, and again I don't know if it'll help you, is to just do a daily prompt or fill. Like Donna's been doing this, where she does, I'm gonna do a quote a day. If you follow Donna's videos, Donna 5 days a week has been doing a quote a day, and you could just take that quote and write it in the journal, just so you have something that has some meaning to it that you can look back on if you want to. It doesn't have to be your own thoughts. It could just be something that someone else wrote that is powerful, that has meaning. And that's what Donna's been doing on top of her own daily journaling that she does. But things like that, for me, it's always been like when I don't know what to do, I'll just say, okay, I'm going to make a Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings book. And each day I'm just going to go, okay, I'm going to pick a character. And I don't have to think, what am I going to do? I just go, okay, I just got to just like reach into this grab bag of characters and then paint them.
Yeah. And Bethany put in here too, keep all your supplies together. She is not wrong. That is a great suggestion. I have my pen sitting on my desk. I have my journal sitting behind me, and I just grab my journal. I turn around, I grab my pen, and I sit down and I write. Everything is just right there for me. so I don't have to think about
All right,
it.
time for the saddle barn. I don't think I've ever used this
Please
one.
don't. Oh my gosh.
Let me hit.
Really can't stand it when you do that. Alan, we're glad that we can provide you with that. And again, Ashley's videos are wonderful. So definitely check her out. She's got a lot of, and she also has some discount codes for some different supplies. So you can check that out. She might have like 10 or 15% off on different supplies. Because I know that some of those, which this makes no sense to me, I'm going to have a small rant, that people who have disabilities, the supplies that they need to use are so outrageously expensive. I don't understand why that needs to be that way. But I digress. At any rate, there you go.
I think I want to add a little bit of red to this.
Steph Nerd is removing her glasses so she can't watch you spill from that bottle. That's how traumatizing it has been.
We're going to add a little bit of scarlet, so it has a little bit of...
Ooh. Now, how are you going to blend that? Just with the brush?
Just with the brush right now, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. No, Donna is not the one painting. Scott is painting. He's not going to try oil pastels again. That is not going to happen.
All right, so yeah, it's got a little bit more of a kind of a chestnut kind of look now.
Yeah, great. Can you mix that and put it on my hair? That'd be great. I love that color. Let's do that. Gail says the color scheme is giving 80s vibes.
Yeah.
Let's see. That sounds like a plan. I could try that late at night. Give it a whirl, Toonie, and then let us know if it works. Kay does art, loves your content. It's so relaxing, and it's their first time here.
Thank you, and welcome.
We are happy you are here. Let's see. Okay. Have both of you watched the show Suits? Nope.
I started watching it, but it wasn't really my thing. I think our son Brendan is watching it.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just so many things. It's funny. The older I get, the less TV I watch.
Yeah, we just really don't watch.
I would rather journal at night, or I would rather read a book, to be perfectly honest, than watch TV. That being said, I do occasionally get sucked into scrolling, so there's that. Karomi would like to know, what do you think about colored pencils?
I love colored pencils. I did a video. We've done lots of stuff on colored pencils. There's actually one on everything I know about colored pencils. There's a video. But the one thing I did make a video on why I don't use colored pencils anymore, and that is because they are very expensive and not very economical. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. There was another one I needed to ask you, and I don't know what it is. Where did it go? I am bouncing all over the place today. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Thank you for making a rainy day nicer for someone in Northern Ireland. It's a bad day here.
Oh.
Well, we are very happy you could
Well, it's
be
raining
here.
here too, so we'll have rainy day together.
Yeah. Let's see. Any luck on those quick drying inks? No. Yesterday was the 4th of July, so I did not have time, and we have been super busy shipping, and so I have not had a chance for that. It is on my list of things to look up for today. So I will get there. I promise. I will get to the quick drying inks. I will get to putting the book list on the community page. Let me add that to this quick drying inks. Oh my gosh, you guys are giving me too many things to do. But that's okay. Keeps me out of trouble. Like I have time. I won't have time to get in trouble. Let's see.
Okay, I'm going to switch. This is a number 10
Yeah, Joyville says we're lucky they made inhalers cheaper, just waiting for medication, childbirth braces, crutches, etc. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Let's take care of our people, please. Let's see. Oh, I will tell you, I did buy a really cheap fountain pen from Goulet Pens, $3.65. It is refillable. It's supposed to come in this weekend, and my plan is to make a quick video about that so that you guys can see, because I know that it's very off-putting to watch somebody write with a $200 pen, and it's not.
It's not very off-putting for Donna to write with a $200 pen.
It's really scary, to be perfectly honest. It's really scary to be, gifted something like that and then expected to not break it or use, and to actually use it. And I know it's meant to be used, but it's really scary, So, and I want to make it accessible for everybody. I want you guys to know.
And the thing is, that's on the cheap side for pens on that website. I mean, they have like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 pens, which is unfathomable to me.
It's ridiculous.
Like
what makes a $10,000 pen? And really, the only thing that makes it more expensive are the materials that they're using. It's not going to write any better. I mean, granted, I have a $30 pen and I now have a $200 pen. And I will tell you that the $200 pen does write. The nib, the actual writing mechanism on the nib does write smoother than the $30 pen. But is the $30 pen just fine? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to try a $3 pen. I'm going to show you, and it took me 2 years to go through a small bottle of ink. So, and the ink bottle was $8. So for a $3 pen and an $8 bottle of ink, you can write for 2 years and you don't have to throw anything away. That's what I like about fountain pens. So, and I think that's very accessible for people if you want to try it. In my humble opinion, I think it's accessible. I have tried junk journaling, and you know what? I'm going to be really honest with you. It's not my thing. I did it did I do it last summer or the summer before? I can't remember. But I do. I have a junk journal that I've tried. I can post some pictures on the community page of stuff that I've done there too. And it was fun for a while, I did it for a little bit and it was fun, but I really prefer writing or travel journaling or even journaling like when we are around town, things like that. So, yeah. Ellen says, my budget tops out at $50 pens. My faves are under $30 though. Any higher and we are in a different tax bracket. You are not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. You are totally in a different tax bracket. It's crazy. And I can't even fathom. I went on this one website that has just the snottiest pens, like multi-$1,000 pens. And just for giggles one day, I usually sort from low prices to high prices, right? Because I'm cheap. Hold on. Okay. Because I'm just like Scott, like I'm cheap, right? So I sorted from high to low this time. And the most expensive pen, and I kid you not, it is not there anymore. The most expensive pen was over $100,000. That's like a house. That's like not even like I would never. It's like when you see people and they're driving like this really expensive like Ferrari or Bugatti or one of these like $1 million cars. And you're like, why? Why do you need $1 million car? I don't understand it. I don't know. Anyway, it's like $100,000 pen makes no sense to me. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy. So, all right, let's go from the bottom up. Yeah, it is ridiculous, right? It's totally ridiculous. Can you use stencils like that background for pieces you sell, or is it the stencil pattern copyrighted? It is not copyrighted, and you can use them in pieces that you sell.
Yeah, they're sold at art stores for a reason.
Yeah. Which company ink pen do you use? Okay, so the ink, my favorite kind of ink, although I will tell you it has recently changed. My favorite color of ink is Writer's Blood. It's a diamine ink. That's the brand name. It's on the website. It's on the in the resources page. I have a section on journaling on Scott's website, and it's listed there. I got that from Goulet Pens. But I'm telling you, the new one I bought, it's Lammy. It's called Cliff. It's like a blue, reminds me of the ocean. That's kind of creeping up on me as another new favorite. It's kind of neck and neck with the writer's blood color. Okay, since you incorporate stories in your work, have you ever considered making art inspired by the fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm or some other fairy tale writers?
No, I once in a while it might come to mind, but I think I've seen it done so many times by so many great artists over the centuries that it really doesn't interest me to add my take. I don't feel like I have a voice that's going to add anything to that at all.
When someone gave me a set of the Caran d'Ache pencils, it was literally like 12 of them, and I was so stressed to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, you have to get out of that and use it. Like, I'm sitting here with the brand new pen, the fountain pen. It is here. I am taking notes with it. It has been inked up. I am using it. But you have to force yourself to do it because it really is a thing. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to break it. I don't want to, but you got to do it. I mean, because what's the point of having something? It's like, what's the point of having it if you're not going to use it? What's the point of having this beautiful thing if you're not going to use it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to sit there and collect dust. And then why? People, older people die with all of these things in their homes that they never use.
Yeah.
And it's sad because they're meant to be used, especially things like art supplies and, they're meant to be used and enjoyed and appreciated.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Can Scott and Donna adopt me? Hey, I just got rid of my kids. Just kidding. When you sketch, how do you prevent the graphite from smudging on your hand?
I don't use graphite very often. Mm-hmm. When I do my light pencil drawing, it's with a 4H pencil. A harder pencil will not smudge as much.
Mm-hmm. But when you did that pencil of Ian McKellen, you put a paper towel under it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. I know there's some people here who are like, I can't fathom, going and having to worry about medication or college or this and that. College is free in their country.
Yeah.
And it's, it's very frustrating.
But you know what? I will say this, seeing what's going on all over the world, you have to, when you can vote, if you're in a country that has voting, make sure you vote for people for that ability for the next generation. What happened here is the boomers, the older generation, they got all of the benefits of the post-World War II, all of the great jobs, social benefits, all of that stuff. They had a wonderful, wonderful life. They were able to afford houses and everything. And then now they're decided that, no, I don't want anybody else to have that. And that's the thing that you just please, as you get older, think of what is best for everybody. We're seeing that, like the UK had their election and we're going to be having an election here but I know the EU had an election and just it's about not what affects you but what affects everybody and education and healthcare and housing. Those are important.
It is. And we just were talking about this yesterday. Some people, like, nationalism is a very big deal. And unfortunately, the older generations with them But guess what? The world, look at us here just on this live.
Yeah,
You guys are
look at all
from
of you.
all over the world. And I
Yeah.
say this on a regular basis. We are from everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. The world is not divided anymore. We are all one world, and we all have to take care of each other, and that's really important. Bree says, hi, Scott and Donna. I'm a new follower / subscriber. First time catching a live. Welcome.
Welcome.
I can't succinctly say how impactful both your channels have been on rediscovering my sense of creative expression. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
We're so happy that you're here.
I think I'm getting a little teary-eyed. Okay, I'm gonna need a minute. That's really sweet. We're so happy.
Is it 10:30 already?
Oh my gosh, it's 10:30 already, and
Yeah.
we haven't talked about Skillshare again, and yeah, it's 10:36. You're noodling. Sorry, I did not look at the clock there. Okay, guys, so today is your last day to get those Skillshare classes. Okay, click the link up top, try them for a month. If there's something that you see there that you like, give it a whirl. You've got nothing to lose. It's, you know,
Yes.
it's
and
free.
thank you,
Give it a try.
Skillshare, for sponsoring this last month.
Yeah,
It has been,
we really appreciate
Yeah.
it. Really appreciate it.
and I think this is going to take me probably another 20, 30 minutes because I still got to do the outline and everything else. So I'm going to stop here because I haven't had breakfast. But I think the little highlights
Yeah.
really helped. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the highlights.
I think if I was
Let's answer a pencil question really quick on that note. How do you get your colored pencil to show up so well on the paper? Whenever I tried it on my paper, Canson XL, it barely shows up even though the paint is dry.
It could be the colored pencil. You know, I did this test. On Monday? Between like the cheap Artex and Prismacolor. Different colored pencils will do a different thing. Try a different colored pencil. Try a Prismacolor pencil. That's what I'm using. You can just go to the art store and just buy one, or even if you want to bring your art, and they'll have it and you can just kind of just grab it and try. But generally, yeah, it could be the pencil. Or yeah, because it sounds like you're using watercolor paper, which is good.
Yeah. Sarah says, yeah, I got this expensive Hamole paper as a Christmas present, and I have only used it once. You know what? I will use it right now and have some fun.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think I should add a little bit of white for the really, really, like that? Do you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
So come in with another layer, huh?
I would. I like it. I think it looks
Just a
really
little
good.
pop of white.
Yeah. I like the highlights. Gosh, I wish my hair could look like that. Dude, we gotta find me a hairdresser. Highlights. This is Arch's cold press paper.
Yeah, this is expensive paper.
Yep.
I don't like it because of the way the ink, you know, but I think it handled it okay, you know, but
Yeah.
it's really good with the watercolor. It makes the colors really pop.
Okay, guys, I am gonna, we're gonna put the end to this live. Get yourself some free classes from Skillshare. Thanks for being here today. Don't forget tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central Time, so an hour earlier
On Kim's.
Kim Diaz's YouTube channel. Okay, so yes, and I have to end because we have to ship some more stuff.
Yes.
So
Thank
and
you
I have
all.
to have Scott. So
Have a wonderful rest
have a
of the
great
day and a
weekend,
wonderful
guys.
weekend. And if we see you tomorrow on Kim's channel, just
Yep.
please come say hi.
exactly, and we will see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.